Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, these two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Back to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Giants at 4-3, a game over 500. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. 9
yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
19, Tiger, 19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have a Giants first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what.
Touchdown, Giants! Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
A give to Gibson running right. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise.
It's caught at the 10. A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. They'll run with Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of of winning to be as cheesy as we can.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris.
The 40. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes it at the 7.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the...
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
Dodson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are back within a score.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 31 yards on the punt there.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Tannehill on first down. He'll get this one to Patrick.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out.
A huge play there for Washington.
And even 40 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have come back to make it a 2-point game.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Now we'll throw here to his running back.
On the move past the 40.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. That's going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Gibson again, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders have taken the lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
Here's a sneak with Jones. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Daniel Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterbacks calm.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
Fights through him. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Gibson.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Forced out to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. That throw into the arms of Allen. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to throw again. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Second quarter. .59 remaining. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's a give up the middle. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
Gano the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
He'll drop to throw. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 2. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 70. Gano for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Off play action, Tannehill. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do your offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go option to the short side. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
2nd and 5. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Schultz holds in the quick throw. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He's got it to Collins, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Gano's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard.
And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even two steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Throwing Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now Jones. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on third down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. Third down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to first down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Rolling to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz.
The Giants on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw.
This one left side caught by Collins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point try good by Gano. And they open the lead up now to 25. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones buying time to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones.
Able to connect with Dotson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete to Dotson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Jones from the gun, he'll throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson
With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Commanders get a bit closer. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Brevin Jordan.
27 yards.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Sly on for the extra point.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And to the right side here, it's Allen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw here.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jones. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Jones.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. Being chased out, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
19 driving.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Beckham. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Jones. Steps away. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. Now Jones. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. He finds his target, Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18, and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Caught on the slant. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Giants,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try again.